LTA here with Love Therapy Animals. Welcome to my 6-month sobriety update. If you haven't seen the start of this journey, click somewhere up in here to see where I started. I apologize for the hat. I am growing my hair out after 20 years of being bald, so things are a bit crazy looking. There's a quick look, but I'm going to go ahead and leave that on for this video. Before I get started, a quick joke. One night, a guy drinks at the bar until he's extremely drunk. He realizes he needs to get home and sneak into his bed or his wife is going to be really mad. So he tries to stand up, but immediately hits the floor. Tries several more times, just keeps falling. Full of pride, he declines when people ask him for help. Finally, after falling one last time, he manages to literally drag himself home and get into bed. The next morning, when his wife wakes up, she looks at him, says, "You're an idiot drunk that obviously went to the bar all night again." He says, "How'd you find out?" "Well, for starters, the bar called. You left your wheelchair." Alright, quick recap. 6 months ago, I made the realization and admission that I was not in control of my alcohol use and that I was very close to ruining my marriage. I was ashamed of what I had let myself become and embarrassed that I had felt so weak. But it was time to stop, so I decided to seek professional help after failing to do it on my own. I wasn't surprised to find out that I was a severe alcohol abuser, being that I was binging most of a fifth 3 to 5 times a week. Over the next couple of months, I went through intensive outpatient therapy as well as the Air Force's version of AA, which is called ADAPT. During this period, I learned that I had damaged my liver, I had developed my dependence due to some anxiety and depression, and that I was wasting an incredible amount of time due to drinking and hangovers. I was experiencing sugar cravings, stomach problems, and occasionally felt quite isolated as I learned to change how I interacted with the people around me. So where am I at now? Well, I've graduated the ADAPT program as well as IOP. These were essential in the earlier stages of staying accountable to myself and learning how to be strong and overcome my urges and cravings. More importantly, I learned to manage the things that would lead up to the cravings. I believe this stage was very effective and set me up for the next phase, which was relearning how to spend my time. As I progressed, I began prioritizing my life and filling it with productive and useful activities such as learning new skills, reestablishing healthy and creative hobbies, and navigating my way through the military separation process. During this period, I have been able to accomplish more than I had in the total preceding few years. My relationship with my wife and family has also been stronger than it has been in a long time, since I am not constantly disappointing them. My mental acuity has been as good as it was when I was in my 20s. Finally, my health has drastically improved all around. I had a recent endoscopy that showed that I had not damaged my stomach too much, so I had been able to get my heartburn and GERD under control with some meds and diet changes. The damage to my liver is fortunately not a major concern as long as I remain responsible and not abuse alcohol anymore. And my insomnia, while not gone per se, is improved due to the fact that I sleep better when I do sleep. So what is the future now? Well, first and foremost, I am committed to never being dependent on alcohol again. I have a good support system with friends and family, as well as my routine check-ins with my sobriety groups on Facebook and the I Am Sober app. I will stay engaged with these communities as a solid reminder of the consequences, as well as the positive thinking that's required when thinking about alcohol or drugs. Does this mean I will never drink again? I honestly don't know, and I'm not really hung up on that question right now. What I do know is going backwards is not an option, as I know just how bad it can get, and dependence is just unacceptable. Unfortunately, I got a more direct reminder about the consequences of alcohol when our family lost someone very suddenly due to binge drinking. The person was not old, went from diagnosis of a liver problem to dead within just a couple of months. I sure hope that none of us have to get these types of reminders in the future and we are not victims of it ourselves. Remembering that alcohol is a powerful drug and respecting what it can do can actually save our lives and ensures that we are able to take care of our families and are around for them. Next, I'm leaving the Air Force over the next few months and I am focused on figuring out what my next career is going to be. I have been investing in myself, learning what is out there, and hopefully will ensure that I'm a happier person with wherever I end up. The last 20 years have presented a lot of lessons about working in something that you're passionate about and not leaving yourself where your mental health suffers. So this is my main goal: find a job that I love, recognize that I would be completely lost here if it weren't for the fact that I was sober. Finally, growing this channel and spreading the truth about mental health is what I will keep working on. Hopefully this will be the last video of my own sobriety journey, and I will be moving on to other important topics that can help people avoid the dangers of alcohol before it actually becomes a problem. This being said, this community is still a sounding board for questions or support, so please let me know either through the comments, community tab, or message me direct. We all owe it to ourselves to take care of our mental health so that we can be the best versions of ourselves. Alright, this text message is for a very specific group of people. You're going to know who you are, so just come in real close for a second. Started this journey feeling weak, ashamed, and hopeless. By getting help and getting off alcohol, I realized that most of this was in my head and all of it can be overcome. The benefits have been immense, and I am proud to look myself in the mirror again. I encourage anyone that is struggling with dependence to seek help. You do not need to suffer alone, and you don't need to keep hitting rock bottom. Don't be afraid to admit you have a problem and need help. Alright, if you have a story or any tips on your own dependence or dependence journeys that you would like to share or would like me to talk about, let me know in the comments, let me know in the community tab. Thanks for following me on my own journey, and please subscribe, stay tuned for what's next. Please share this video with anyone you think that could benefit from it. Post your own stories in the comments and support others in the community. As always, I have placed a few resources down below that you can use in the comments if you are struggling with substance dependence. Make sure you consult with your doctor prior to quitting alcohol, as withdrawal can be very serious and can even be deadly if not handled properly. So this is LTA signing out. Remember, love each other, and just as importantly, love yourself.